Good morning. Hello. To anyone who's watching, I'm Calico Pascal, the otter VTuber, streaming to you live from the Float Harbor Aquarium. I almost fell back asleep after my alarm this morning. So that's how the day's starting for me. I hope you guys are waking up and feeling refreshed. Hello, Dweemy. I'm sure the yawns are gonna start hitting me soon. I woke up and I was like, oh, I'm not yawning. That's at least a good thing, even though I almost just fell back asleep because I forgot what day it was. Mic is a little low. Oh, it's probably because I'm not close to it. I pushed it a little bit closer to my tablet because I anticipated I was going to be leaning in. But I'll bring it closer to me for now. Hopefully this is better. But yes, I don't know if anyone had tuned in to the last emote making stream. I had tried to make a second emote. I think we got one done, and then I was like, wait, I have enough to try to do another one. And I tried to speed through this one, and it was semi-successful. Mostly gonna be lurking. No worries. I'm still taking in the morning, getting the sand out of my eyes, you know? I have my matcha latte I rushed to make like 5 minutes before stream. Okay, looking at this emote now, there are a couple things that I want to fix. Mostly, it has to do with the way that when the thicker line art is added on, we have some tangents here of the little sparkle touching the edges of the hat and the ear, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna change it so that way we have more overlap. It's probably better because at the small scale you want to be able to see the little shine. So we're gonna remove the color here. Ooh, excuse me. And I'm just gonna take this little star. We're gonna blow it up a little. I actually wonder if I should copy it and make a new layer so I can see it a little bit easier. I'm glad you're joining me for some morning productivity. I don't know how big I should make it. Like this. Just cover the ear entirely. So, I do want to ensure that when we add the thick line art, it also doesn't look janky. And you don't have to be straight, maybe it can be like, yeah, sideways. A little bit of an angle. Yeah, something like that. That's probably fine. Clean up the ledges a little bit. Ledges? The edges. Clean up the edges. has been a hot minute since I've done any art. I think last month, you know, it wasn't last month, I'll just purely Tomodachi life. I've had my share of just goofing off. It's good to be a little productive. That looks good. And then I'm gonna, or maybe I can just keep it like this, that way I can move it around a little easier. So we'll try this. Select, inverse the selection, modify the selection a bit more. I'm going to contract it. And then we're just going to fill it in. That way I can just simply grab the star and then move it around as I see fit. Then that. Stroke. There you go. That looks much better. And do the same here with the star. Oops. Hold on. Forgot to make a new layer. That way I can erase the parts where the star overlaps with the the inside art. So, because I only want the thickness to be on the outside here of the silhouette. So for now, I'm just gonna leave it fully filled in like this. Yeah. But I will fix it in a moment. For now, I'm gonna turn the star off. check this. Yeah, see, now that I've made it bigger, the star goes off the emote border a little bit, but it's not a totally terrible thing. It's kind of okay. But I do want to add a little bit of shading. I'm gonna turn on this wave emote real quick so I can see the colors that I used before. Like, oh yeah, we still need to do the hair clips too. So let's start here. I have a, I guess I can't really say. Sometimes with work, I anticipate like a chill day, and then it ends up being very busy. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I hope it's pretty chill. I think adding the shading here will really help the the biceps pop. And if you've been keeping up with my my gym adventures lately, I think last time I mentioned it, I was on a bulk. And if for anyone who's not too familiar with, like, I guess bodybuilding or like gym terminology, bulking usually refers to when you're eating a lot of food to build muscle and you're working out a lot and trying to go heavy, like you're pushing a lot of heavy weight to try to gain muscle. At least that's kind of the hope, because if you're just straight up eating a lot and then not doing anything, you're not going to build any muscle. But yeah, for about 2 months I was trying a bulk. I've never bulked properly before, or like with the intention of trying to build muscle. I've always just tried to gain muscle but didn't really change my diet too much, so I would say I was semi-successful. But this time around I think I managed to eat enough and work out enough that I actually did grow muscle. But now, usually after a bulk phase, you have something called cutting, or like, well, there's cutting and then there's also something kind of in between a bulk and a cut. So a cut would refer to like when you're trying to eat a little bit differently. You typically eat cleaner, as in there's probably less fats and less carbohydrates, and focusing more on, like, I guess what most people would imagine you would eat healthy for any sort of diet. Just a lot of vegetables and clean meats and stuff. But I'm currently somewhere in the middle between the bulk and the cut, where I'm trying to transition into the cutting without jumping like too far to one end from a bulk. So I'm in a in-between stage where I'm kind of transitioning and cycling between the two diets. So on the days that I work out, I'm supposed to still be eating as if I'm on a bulk, but on the days where I'm resting and not doing anything, I eat a little bit cleaner. So that way I have a bit of a caloric deficit. And hopefully then and I'm also doing a lot more cardio, which is kind of also very important. And that is with the hope to try to burn fat a little bit faster. Because believe it or not, you still need fats to help build muscle, just a little bit. Yeah, so now I'm in that middle phase. And so far the cardio has been the cardio has been the worst part, of course, because during the bulk phase, you should still be doing cardio, but you don't need to worry about doing it as much, because your main goal is to try to not burn too many calories that you can't build muscle. If you're doing too much cardio while you're trying to bulk, it can be kind of difficult. And be aware, I'm not like a professional bodybuilder by any means. This is just kind of like the advice that I've been getting from a lot of my gym friends who bodybuild. And so I'm just kind of repeating the knowledge based off of what I know. But you know what? They were right. So hopefully I'm giving out correct information. Yeah, before I started trying to do this like particular type of strength training, I used to go on the Stairmaster quite often. And the Stairmaster is a type of machine where it's just like a moving set of stairs that you walk up. It's just like endless stairs, basically. And I used to do it a lot. It was like the one cardio machine that really makes me sweat. But I stopped using it after I reached a point where I had managed to do at least 1 hour on the Stairmaster. And after that I was like, I've done it. I've conquered the Stairmaster machine. I don't need to do it anymore. And then when I started officially bulking, I was like, I still don't need to do the Stairmaster because I'm bulking. I can just get away with walking on the treadmill for a little bit, and that's fine. But now that I'm trying to transition into cutting, all my gym friends were like, no, you gotta get back on the Stairmaster now. And it had been so long since I had used the Stairmaster that just 5 minutes on it I was dying once again. But I'm pretty happy with how fast I bounced back, because yesterday I managed to do 30 minutes. So so not all hope is lost. Yeah, that's too much. I need to remember to keep it simple. You have to excuse my constant clearing my morning voice. Oh, oops. I was like, why isn't this working? There we go. Yeah, I've been taking my training pretty seriously. Just because I want to see if, like, I know, like, everybody has abs, ab muscles, but you have to really have, like, a certain amount of fat to be able to actually see them, which is the most difficult part about it, I think. And so I want to see if I can get, like, actual visible abs for once in my life. Deets, hello. Peggy, good morning. Hello. I'm sorry, I just realized I have my reference up and it was blocking chat. Hi! I'm glad I can see all you now. Stairmaster is a battle for real. It really is. It was, yeah, the first 5. Well, that first night that I did the Stairmaster, the first 5 minutes were terrible, but I managed to do 15, and then my friend, like, kind of sneaked up to the Stairmaster and was like, "Hey, so I'm not saying that you have to do this. You can do this if you want, but you know, you should try, you know, even if you just did 15 minutes on Stairmaster, what if you did, like, I don't know, it's like a hee hee ha ha, what if you did another 15 minutes on the treadmill, just so you have a total of 30 minutes? And I was like, don't tell me that, because he's the one who's kind of been guiding me the most on this bulking and cutting stuff, so I ended up doing another 15 minutes on the treadmill that night. So I did a total of 30 minutes, and then the day after that, I didn't want to be at the gym for too long, so I only did 15 minutes on the Stairmaster, and then I went back home. And then yesterday, I did a full 30 minutes on the Stairmaster. I was surprised, because it was when I realized that I had been on the Stairmaster for more than 5 minutes and I was still feeling pretty good. And I was like, oh wow, maybe I can manage to do, like 15 minutes is probably going to be a breeze. And then 15 minutes rolled around and I was still feeling, like, pretty okay. So I was like, alright, maybe we'll go to 20 minutes and we'll see how I feel then. And 20 minutes comes and then I'm just like, well, there's only like 10 more minutes before I hit 30 minutes, so how bad could the last 10 minutes possibly be? And then I ended up doing 30 minutes and I was totally fine. So I think I just had a good amount of energy to spare that day. Devil on the shoulder activities. I know. He's my little bodybuilding angel and devil. I'm gonna tell him that and I'm sure it's gonna make him laugh. He's been my sensei. Yeah, it's been funny because all my friends who go to the gym, a lot of them are bodybuilders. So when I ask them for advice and stuff, and they see that the way that I train typically and the way that I eat and all that stuff, they're always like, Calico, why don't you just do bodybuilding for real? Like you're basically just doing everything that we would do, except you're not like entering into a bodybuilding contest. And I'm just like, well, because I don't really want to. I'm just like, I just want to get big and strong, you know? And just doing it for the fun and the aesthetics. That's really it for me. And the lifestyle. But I admire the amount of work it does take to do bodybuilding, like for real. It is a lot of work. Diet is awful, so I'm nowhere near visible abs. I'm still trying. We'll get there, bestie. We can do it. Right, I want this dark blue for the hat. Next. Yeah, I guess the reason why it gym talk is just kind of on the mind is we're working on this emote, and it's like I went from training 3 days a week to now doing 4, and then I've been keeping track of my eating and my diet for even longer than that, so whoop. And actually, you know, like outside of, this is really random, but outside of the Tomodachi live streams that I've been doing, I made a second island just for like me to play off stream when I'm bored. And I found out that there's, when you get the photo gallery where you can like you can model your Miis into like little scenarios and take little pictures with them. There's a background where it's like a protein jug and your little Miis like pose on it. It's really cute. Someone on the Tomodachi live stream was also a muscle head because they added the gym room as well. Like you can model your Mii's room into like a little gym. No. Good morning, Jozo. Yeah, I'm only out here LARPing, being a bodybuilder. I don't know if you heard that, my headphones bumped into my mic. And the diet hasn't been too bad. I feel like I'm still able to eat and enjoy the foods that I'm eating while maintaining the macronutrients that I need. I think the only annoying part is just how much food I have to eat, and thus how much food I need to get like every couple weeks or so. I mean, thankfully I'm just only having to be concerned about myself. But it is like, oh, every 2 weeks or something, I'm like, dang, gotta go get more food. I'm sure I'm running the aquarium budget high on otter food. But it is a necessary thing. The staff should understand. No, it's neither of these. I think the shine... Wait. Well, we'll move it around. Like I said. The price you pay to grow big and strong. I know, gotta eat so much food. I mean, the eating part's not even the hardest part about it. Because, I mean, for people who don't have big appetites, it is obviously a little more difficult to be eating constantly. That I have no problem with. I could eat all day. It's just I'm so lazy. When the staff says if you want food you gotta go and get it yourself, I'm just like, wait, I don't wanna. outline for the hair the hair clips a little bit bigger. About 15? Bigger, 20? I think that's alright. Something like that. I was also looking through my other emote drafts here to remember what other emotes I had planned. And I think I know which one I want to work on after this. go, nice little pop of color there. I've been feeling pretty good about my art lately. I feel like perhaps I've talked about this before, but there was for a while I was feeling pretty like kind of indifferent, I guess. Like I was making art, but I wasn't really satisfied with it personally. But I don't know, something just clicked, I guess. Where I kind of just destroyed the part of me that was holding me back. Because ultimately, art is about having fun. And I wasn't having fun. But now I'm excited to do art again. I think really just changing my mindset a little bit helped. I was also previously in an environment where I feel like I was surrounded by a lot of other artists, which is that is not necessarily the bad thing. It's just more that because I was only surrounded by artists and like-minded people for so long, I think I became very critical about my own work. I needed space away from the environment to be able to realize that the stuff that I am doing, or that I have been doing, is still good. It still has value. Yay, I love when the art whimsy comes back. Yeah, me too. It felt, when I realized what I was feeling, I was like, oh, yeah, this is nice. I miss that feeling. The art whimsy fairy returned. Yeah, me too. Oh, I was like, something's missing. I didn't do the little, like, there's a fold here. Or did I specifically not do it because I was... Oh yeah, it's gonna get cut off anyways. by the frame, that's fine. Maybe you should do like a little... I wasn't gonna do any blush, but maybe just a little bit, like in the center here, by the nose. let's see. If I go to here. Put on this layer. Just a tiny, oh, maybe I should use a brush instead. I was gonna do a gradient, but this might be better. Yeah, I like that. It's a little bit across the nose. So then, does the shine have the, yes, it still has the extra outline, so I want to erase these overlapping areas here. And there we go. Yay, another one done. Oh, where did my... There we go. Maybe I can move the hair clip around just a bit. Yeah, like down here. I'll space it out a little bit more just so, again, we don't have any tangents. And there. And it should crop like this. Smughara of this one is strong. Good. Alright, so... oops, there was that gray background. Ah! Oh no, the star, no. Okay, hold on. I gotta fill in this little bit of area here. It's always as soon as I put the transparent background on that I see the little bit of pixels that I miss. There you go. And then I think I got it otherwise. Yeah, I don't see any more. Try again. Oops. Edit. Copy merged. And we're gonna open, or no. File new. Yeah. Edit, paste in place. Get rid of the background so we have transparency. And then file save as. Do you ever like organize your files a little too good and then you just forget where everything is? Because I've done that several times. Flex emote. Like this morning, I was looking for I was looking for my PSD file, and I was like, where is it? It's not in my art folder, but it should be in my art folder. And I was like, oh, no, it's in the art folder. No, it's in the art folder, and then there's the branding folder, and the branding folder is an emote folder. And that is where all the emotes are saved. Oh wait, was I supposed to resize this? No, I wasn't. Okay. Yo. And opening up Twitch so we can make it live right now. Creator dashboard. I think it's this one. Emotes. Wow, we still have 2 open slots for free standard emotes. That is great. Ah, it's so cute. Okay, call it Calico Flex. Well, honestly, like, seeing it small, I feel like I could even make the star bigger. But that's okay. I think it should be fine, question mark. You can always come back and edit later. Pending approval. Okay. I'm surprised. Normally it just gets approved right away. Well, we're gonna have to wait for it to get approved, I guess. In the meantime, let's work on the next emote. Okay, so we now have our flex emote, which is pending approval on Twitch. We have this wave emote. We have the spoon. I think the spoon is actually my favorite emote so far. And then which other one? The cheer, the very first emote we did. So the next one that I was thinking of doing was either the side eye or the PN. I think I like the side eye though. The energy of this one. It does. It's such a vibe. Wow, we finished that last emote in just an hour, so we have a full hour to get this one done. Which I think we'll be able to accomplish. just keeping the Twitch page open so I can see when it gets approved or not. I think I mentioned I used to take emote commissions a long time ago. Way before I started streaming. And I think they turned out okay. But there's a very specific way to do emotes that I think I was having trouble with back then. There's a lot of things you surprisingly have to consider. Yes, the rescaling. that is mostly it. And I feel like even now, with the emotes that I've done, yeah, like there's things that could be clarified better, I think. But for only trying to do them like on stream and then just publishing them. No, it's fine. Because it's... At least I feel like it's better to have emotes than no emotes. I guess just the more that you make emotes, the more you have a better feel for them, I guess. Like, oh, just knowing intuitively what needs to be done to make it look really good once it's rescaled. Yeah, I feel like the other emotes that tend to be more successful too are just like the ones that you can apply in multiple situations, or they kind of convey more than one specific emotion or use. Although I guess there are some emotes that are just like only used for one one specific reaction that people just really like. I got all quiet because I'm like now focusing on the tedious part. I used to, when it came to line art, I mean, you can kind of see it, I still have this habit of like doing this, and then undo this, and undo this, and undo, to try to get the perfect line, and have them all connect, but I realized it's a lot more quicker for me to just kind of put down lines, and if it's close enough, I will just kind of leave it, even if the lines don't overlap or meet exactly where I want them to, and then go back and try to clean them up a little bit. And put in the like tapering and stuff that I want on them after. And I think it was going back to doing a lot more observational drawing and studies that really made me realize that, like, the lines don't have to be so precious. Though I think something that I was struggling with was my line art is so clean in my artwork typically that it just kind of became a part of my, like, I guess, my art style. And so I was worried that if I started slacking on, like, suddenly my line art wasn't very good. And I kind of lost the sauce, you know, that made my art what it was. But then I thought, well, I would say my line work is still pretty clean, and the fact that I had been doing my line art that way for so long means that it's kind of just like hardwired into my brain, and I wouldn't technically lose the skill if I just decided to focus on other things in my art. And because art is always evolving anyways and should evolve and change with the artist, like, yeah, we could call the very clean line art like a specific era of time. Versus like, oh, suddenly Calico's art got a lot more expressive because they decided to forego like trying to have perfectly clean line art. That's a good way to think about it. That's good. Glad I'm not going cuckoo. And it's funny because I came to that conclusion, you know, at some point recently, and then that convention that I went to recently, I was sitting next to a stranger who noticed I was doing some, just some like little doodles and sketches and things to pass time in my sketchbook. And they were like, oh, you draw? That's cool. And I was like, yeah. So I showed them some of my other artwork. And they made the same comment where they were like, oh, I really like these little sketches and doodles you've done in your sketchbook. They're very different from like your polished artwork. And I was like, oh, interesting that someone else could gauge that as well. And you know, that was without me having mentioned any of this to this person. I don't know who they are or anything. We just happened to be sitting next to each other. So I think that means I'm heading towards the right mindset of how to improve. Also, good morning, Keiko. I almost wonder if I should make... There's so much space. Should it be bigger? Like, look at how tiny it is. Like, I feel like the eye could be way bigger. Oh gosh, it's already like cropped so close. So let's try moving it around a little bit. Like, I want it to be taking up as much space as we can. Like this. Would maybe go even closer. Oh, now you can't really see like the back of the head, which is kind of a little unnerving. I think maybe cropping it like this and making the nose and the eye like way bigger would probably read a lot better. I don't know how much bigger though. Let's see. If I... Okay, hold on. I know it looks crazy right now, but just hear me out. Maybe scale down the nose a little bit more. Probably have to move things a little bit. Or if I got rid of the nose and just made the eye really big. It's very big. Proportionately, it doesn't look correct, but my main fear is it's gonna get scaled down like this, and you can't even see like what the emotion is. Some big judgmental eyes as a treat. Wonder if maybe I could shift the nose and the mouth like down here. I feel like that almost changes the expression entirely. That's so funny how that works, you know? Well, because now, at least when it's scaled down, you can see the eye better. Maybe we also just scale everything else up too. Because like this is the original, and then see if we just scale it up, and then the eye at least looks more proportionate to the head size, but it's way bigger, which I think is better. It's a lot more readable. Yeah, but kind of crazy how much we had to scale that up in comparison to the sketch. It might not even be big enough. I guess we'll find out. It's just how it feels, yeah. That's true. We will ignore any anatomical or proportional mishaps for the sake of conveying emotion. I wonder if the white of the eye be bigger, because when it gets scaled down it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, like all those lines that I drew completely gone, not even showing in the final emote. When, like, imagine I could have been at this point, like, maybe 15 or so minutes ago, initially. But it's fine. Let's use the where is it? Use the spoon emote for my color guide. Oops. No, no, not a hole. What the? Whole emote submitted to Twitch pending verification or pending approval for like 5,000 years. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Also, good morning. We're gonna contract the selection. No. Oh, did I not? Inverse. Select inverse. There we go. And then modify. Contract. There we go. Right. Layer, create clipping mask. Hi, Twitch chat. YouTube chat is saying hello to Twitch chat. How nice. I mean, you know that now that Twitch doesn't have any rules about keeping the chats separate, I was thinking of looking into a combined chat, finally. But just things that haven't been on the top of my priority list at the moment. Twitch chat waving back to YouTube. With emotes that YouTube doesn't have. I'm sorry, YouTube. You have to get me a YouTube partner faster. And then I will release all the emotes. Oh. It's weird, now that I'm seeing it with color, I'm like, oh, there's some line art I would like to fix some more. It's all squibbly. things that you will ultimately not see when it's scaled down anyways, but I guess the only other reason why I'm kind of like, oh, I should clean it up a little more is because what if I want to turn these emotes into like stickers or something? I can't have the line art being all like poopy. So make it a little nicer. The little tiny mouth. Yeah, I hope like when it gets scaled down, it's still just like barely visible. More room for the eye whites? Maybe. I mean, I'm hoping when it's scaled down, it's still visible enough. Because I kind of like the look where it's just like, just the slightest amount of eye white. Like, you don't want it to be too big. It changes the expression, surprisingly. Just that little change will alter the emotion so much. It looks... You know, we could even change the expression further by like... if I added that shadow, kind of similar to the YouTube emote you just put, it would change the expression again, like, by a lot. So, for example, we're gonna test this out right now, this theory of mine. Yeah, so like if if there was a shadow of like just right here, now it's like the emotion has changed so much. Or if I do it like this, oh, it's so different versus just like a regular side eye. Now it's like an ominous side eye, you know what I mean? Maliciously evil. Like, this is more like a regular side eye, and then this is like a plotting side eye. Or if we reduced it to just like not doing the entire head, but just right here in this area of the head. I think that's somewhere like in between. It could be either ominous side eye or just like a like what's going on kind of side eye. Whoops, too much. Just want a little gradient. There we go. Very subtle. I do want to give the eye a slight gradient on the blacks of the eyes to just give it some color. It's just very subtle though. Use this blue. Need the little star too. Whoops. I'm willing to bet this eye emote will get approved faster than the flex emote. uh... Yeah, this looks evil. Whereas this is just like normal side-eye. Adding shines to the eyes too would also like... I mean, it might be okay. But I feel like also adding more shapes might change the overall feel of it as well. I'm also worried that at this scale it might be hard to determine like what it even is. Because the nose and the ear are like almost the same size. So when it's scaled down, like can you even tell that that's a nose and it's facing towards the left? I feel like people will see the ear on the right and will assume that's like a beak. So I think we have to change either the size of the nose or the size of the ear, so it becomes more apparent which is the proper direction that it should be facing. The emptiness really adds to it. Yeah, just like the soulless stare, the soulless side eye. Yeah, I feel like in this scenario, we probably want to make the ears smaller and keep the nose as is. Which means we're gonna have to redraw some lines. Yeah, I know, because of our conversation earlier, it's just really making me think, like, how can I avoid having to redraw or fix this emote in the future? Let's do it this way. There we go. the other solution is probably like zooming in even more. Whoops. But I don't know if I want to do that just yet. The chats are talking to each other again. Hello, Wamathal. Good morning. Yeah, we making emotes. Though I'm realizing it's about time that I have to end stream already. So, let's see. What I could do is I could still submit this emote anyways. And then we'll take a look at what it looks like when it's like really teeny. Though before that I need to do one more thing. To the line art. Just gotta add the thicker bit on the outside. Select inverse. Thankfully this is very fast. Contract. Edit stroke. Oh, whoops. Wrong stroke, and then there we go. And then it would look like this. Although now I'm seeing things that need to be adjusted just really quick. Okay. Then this will crop like this. That should be better. I know you're probably all like, Calico, stop. 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 Just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna submit this as is. If it will need to be fixed later, we'll do that. I think I've said that for almost every emote now at this point. Yeah. Edit. Copy merged. File new. Okay. Edit. Paste in place. Remove that. File save as. PNG. Side-eye. Emote. Or we can just simply call it I emote. Save. Okay. Let's go for merging communities. Breaking the boundaries. Okay. And then let me also save here on this PSD so I don't lose all my work. Gonna try to upload it and we'll see what happens. Does it look okay? It's not bad. It could be better. I think because the mouth is so tiny and I colored it in, it kind of disappears when it's scaled down, which is fine. Like, whether or not it has the mouth, it doesn't really change the emotion too much. But it's still kind of hard to determine like what exactly I'm looking at in the scaled down version. So I think I do want to fix it a little bit more. I don't know if I can preview my window for you guys to see it. Let's see, window capture? Oh no. Wait. Yes. No. No, window capture is the Photoshop. I'd have to do another one. Oh, that's okay. You can just trust my word that it looks okay. I think it needs more fixing. Obviously upscaled, it looks totally fine. But I want it to look better when it's scaled down, so I'm gonna come back to this one. So technically we completed 2 emotes, but we only submitted 1, which is still pending for approval. Let me refresh to see. Yeah, it's still pending. So we'll just save these emotes as is. We'll come back and try to rehaul it a little bit better. Yeah. So let's go see who we can raid on Twitch, if anyone. I might just call it here if I don't see anyone. Yeah, at this point, every time I stream in the morning, only the same few people are streaming in the morning. And I don't see anyone that I recognize who I haven't already followed. Yeah, I think if I was spending a little more time, I'd be okay with rating someone new, but yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now. So we're just gonna call it here. Thanks for joining as always. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, or I mean, yeah, regardless of what time of day it is for you, I hope the rest of your day is a good one. Yes, thank you for joining, and I will see you all next Tuesday evening for, I think, are we doing more Tomodachi Life? Are we back to Tomodachi Life already? Something like that, some kind of game stream. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.